Hello, everyone. It's your boy, Gabe Mendez. Today is Friday, March 3rd, 2023. We're at the Winner Circle group, and today we are talking on how to build rapport. And with that, if you're watching this on replay, go ahead and fast forward about 1 to 2 minutes. We'll get started. And if you're watching this live with us right now, let's get ready to interact. Thank you for turning your cameras on. I appreciate that. And let's get started. So, everyone except for Jessica, because I know Jessica knows this answer. She comes from a world of personal development. What is rapport? What is rapport? You can drop it into the chat or you can unmute yourself.
Is it building like connection with people around you or whoever you are like gonna prospect or something?
That's exactly it, Catalina. You're building a relationship, a connection with someone who's there. If you look at Webster's dictionary, the actual definition of it is a close and harmonious relationship in which the people or groups concerned understand each other's feelings or ideas and communicate well. You have some synonyms: empathy, bond, affinity, those kind of things. So it's just being able to, in other words, it's resonating with someone on their wavelength, on who they are. Rapport is not built. I want you guys to write this one down. Rapport is not built on similar interests. You don't build rapport with similar interests. Have you guys heard that before? Like you walk into a building or something, like you see a picture of a fish on the wall. You're like, oh my gosh, do you love fishing? I love fishing, right? Have you guys all heard that before? I'm sure you guys have. So let me ask you this. If we know for a fact that rapport is not built through common interest, then how is rapport built? And anyone can answer, including you, Jessica, if you'd like to.
Connection.
I love connection. It's a good one. But how? Looking for yes, that's like a subset. But what's the actual root of building rapport?
Like being friendly, like likable, being likable.
I like that. Very right? So he's likable and very even similar to who they are. I like that.
Learning
What else?
to their personality type.
Connecting with the personality type. I love it. Here we go. Here's the answer. I want you guys to write this down. Rapport is not built through similar interests. Rapport is built through similar behavior. Rapport is built through similar behavior. You build rapport with someone by the way that you act, the way that you speak, the value system that you have, how you make decisions. It's all behavior driven. How many of you have gone into a store, a mall, or you've went shopping for something, and maybe someone knocked on your door, they presented to you, and they're just like overly like super sweet, complimenting you, and they're like, oh my gosh, you like that? I like that. Da, 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 da. Could you imagine like you're having an upset day or whatever, and like you're just sitting there, or maybe that's not even your personality type. Oh my gosh, you like red shoes? I love red shoes. You went on a vacation? I went on that vacation too. And because we're taught as salespeople to build rapport through similarities in those interests, we're over there trying to pick and find all these things. Even sales agents, for real estate agents, when we walk into property, the old school way, the inaccurate way of being taught how to build rapport is to walk in and start identifying things that you can relate to them with. That is absolutely incorrect. It is one of the fastest ways that you can piss someone off and send them firing you. Because then a true professional is going to walk inside there, AKA all of you in the winner's circle, will walk inside that same appointment, and you will know that rapport is not built through similar interests. It is built through similar behaviors. And you know that when they're standing there with their arms crossed, that eventually you'll cross your arms. And you know that when they speak slowly, you'll begin to speak a little slower. And you know if they like to talk really fast with their hands in the air, that you'll have the same behavior. You'll be talking to them too. I'll prove it to you. If someone's sitting right there, I want you to imagine this, in your face, talking with their hands very loudly, AKA me right now, and that's not your personality type. You're the type of person who's very chill. Could you imagine being across the table at a kitchen table with a seller, and they're sitting there like this? Maybe they're from Texas, a little slower, listening to you talk. You walked in with your nice Louis Vuitton bag, looking at all your red bottoms, and your Latina on top of it. So you're like, oh yeah, mira, you're talking like that. I love the house and like this, and you're talking across the board. You're like, my gosh, this is so great. Could you imagine how irritated he might be? Like, yo, my gosh, this person. Until someone who's just like him walks inside the building, it's like, hey, what's going on, partner? And then it's like, oh, start to talk to them. And we start talking a little lower and having a conversation, and we're just vibing on a low frequency. We're just vibing back and forth. And in his mind, he's going to say, I like that guy. I can't figure out why I like him, but I like him. I can't figure out, he or she said all the right things during the presentation. He or she presented the right material. He or she looked the part, but there was something about that person that I couldn't stand. And then you don't get hired for the job of selling the house. You don't get hired for the job of helping them purchase a property. Now, you guys know I love to beat my point into your brain until it's glued like concrete. Number one, do we understand the difference between interest and behaviors? Yes? We all got that just by a simple head nod or whatever. We all understood that. We don't build rapport by similar interests. We build rapport by behaviors, right? You get that? Yes or yes? Yes, I'm seeing the head nods. Love it. Okay, great. Perfect. Now, I've heard this argument before. I've heard people come up to me and say, well, Gabe, that's fake. That's not who I am. I'm like this. And if they don't like it, they can take it or leave it. And then you got the old folks, right? I'm too built now. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. I'm just going to continue doing it my way and that kind of stuff. Great. Will you be successful? Yes, because the law of averages are in your favor. Here's a rabbit hole. Help me get back out if I get stuck. How many, unmute yourself. How many people do we have? How many people are on planet Earth? You can drop it into the chat or you can unmute yourself and say it. How many people are on planet Earth, approximately?
Like 7 billion.
Yeah.
Can I answer?
Close to 8 billion,
8 billion
people probably by now. There's approximately 8 billion people on Earth. All right, for my sales professionals, for those who study sales and know sales well, how many different major personality types are there? Stephanie says 4. Does anyone else agree or disagree? Major personalities. How many major personality types are there? Anyone else? Looking around. Even if you don't know the answer, don't answer it. What do you think? Thank you for turning your camera on, Daniel. Appreciate that. Come on, somebody. Let's go. We're room for sales professionals. Let's get the answer. Throw it out there. Even if you feel weird, uncomfortable, and it's wrong, it doesn't matter. Let's get that. This is a perfect place to practice that safe muscle of throwing an answer out at least. Let's practice that muscle. What else? Four, 5, 4. Love it. Okay, great. The correct answer is 4. There are 4 major personality types. Has anyone here heard of the DISC assessment? DISC? Yeah, head nods are okay. You can throw away. I heard Anne-Marie says no. All right. So I'm going to go down this quick rabbit hole. I'm going to get back out. DISC assessment. So basically, there are 4 major personality types. You have, I want you guys to quickly tell me, drop it in the chat, which one do you identify with? The DISC assessment, you have D, I, S, and C. D, a very high D personality, is someone who is results oriented. They love results. They don't like the kumbaya conversation. They don't care about how your day went. They just want results yesterday. They're very competitive and they come off as angry. They're very short-tempered and they're very impatient. That's a D personality. Then you have the I personality. This person is very outgoing. They like to talk to people. They like to talk to you about the birds and the bees. They'll just go on and carry a conversation. They're the life of the party. That's the I person. The S person is more reserved. This person looks like they can connect with you. They're a little more quiet, but that person requires a lot of information and they require a large amount of rapport before they even open up to you. This is the type of person who might tell you to your face everything looks good, but behind your back, they'll never call you or answer your call ever again. And you're like, why didn't I talk to that person? I thought everything was working out. It's the person who needs to feel safe before they even open up anything. Then you have the last person, C, the personality type C. This is your analytical person. This is think of like engineers, people who are into graphs, numbers, charts. They need information, they need data to make a decision. The D personality does not need information. They just want that crap done and they'll adjust as you go. The I person, very life of the party, they don't need information to make a decision. If they feel that they like you, they're ready to go. Like, I like this girl, let's do it. I feels right. The I personality, who's very outgoing, might say something like this. I feel happy. I feel like this makes sense. The S person might say like, oh, I can see how that makes sense. They're very visual. They need analytics and data to back it up. Very quote unquote nerdy, if you will. All right. Those are the 4 major personality types. I want you guys drop it in the chat. Which one do you most resonate with? Which personality do you most resonate with? Are you a D, results driven, short tempered, wanted yesterday? Do you most relate to an I just the life of the party? I love talking to people. If you feel that it feels good, it makes sense. Are you the S? Are you a very secure person? You don't make decisions quickly. You're very quiet. You analyze the room more. And until you feel safe and comfortable, then you will open up. Or are you the C? You need a lot of data, a lot of information before you make a decision. What are you guys? And again, you can have a mixture of all of them, but which one is it? Jessica says I. And remember, all of you can, there can be a mixture of some. It's not just one answer. You will have a mixture, but I want to know which one do you guys resonate with most? Jessica says I. Jasmine says D. Catherine says I. Jasmine says DI. Ashley says I. And just so you guys know, most real estate agents are an I. They're I's. You talk about happy hour, they'd rather be there all day. They want to be on a conversation with you. That I personality will just talk your ear off and they will go. They're the life of the party. They love smiling. They love hugs. They love the birds and the bees. Ashley says I. We have about 14 people on the call. We got 4 answers. Who else? What do you guys think you are? What are you most aligned with? You can unmute yourself and you can just jump in. Go ahead, Des.
I don't know if I'm D or S because both kind of sound, but then I'm like, I am very patient. So I don't know if I go with more or like, sorry, I got a call. So yeah, I don't know.
Okay. I would say just from the little bit that I know you, I feel like you're very easily trusting. You seem a little more reserved and quiet. The D personality, I don't see it so much in you. I can, but maybe that's just who you show to us and you adjust, right? Because there are 2 different personalities. You have your natural state that you're naturally in, and then you have your adaptive state, the person you become when you're in a room full of people. Let me ask you guys this question. What personality do you think I naturally am? Who do you think I'm naturally? Am I the driver results? Don't talk about the birds and the bees. Don't hug me. Just what happened? Give me the answer. Am I the I, the life of the party? I'm out there, and if it feels right, I'm just going to make that decision. Am I the S? I'm really quiet and reserved, and I got to get to know you before I open up. Or am I the C, the analytical? I need to see data and graphs in order to make a decision. D, and I. Great. Love that. All right. I am very much so on my natural state, a very high D. I'm a very high D. I don't, Daniel, I can see the C for sure in you. Absolutely. I can tell already just by your tonality, the way that you speak, your shoulders, your kind of head. You're very observant and kind of stuff like that. I picked that up off you really fast. I'm very natural D, but adaptive state, I'm high I. Adaptive state, I'm high I. But if you talk to me, you get to know me on a personal level, like I just want results. Okay. So it seems like most of us didn't know about that. Did that kind of open your eyes a little bit, like to different personalities? Like, whoa, I didn't know that existed. And now it's very important for you guys to know those 4 personality types, because in order for you to build rapport at a high level, if you want to become a high level salesperson, then you have to be able to adapt to every personality that's out there. It is very wrong for us as people to say, if they don't like me the way that I am, then I'm not going to do business with them. That's very wrong way of thinking. It's actually quite disrespectful. Here's why. Who's traveled out of the country before to a foreign country? Okay. Give me a place that was completely different than America, like that you've traveled to, somewhat. Customs, food, everything. Spain. Okay, Ashley, Spain. When you went to Spain, did you or did you not, and be honest, did you at least research maybe some of the customs, some of the laws, some of the maybe rules about how to act in Spain? Did you ever do that?
No, I was like 20 years old, 21. So
Okay, thank you.
I
No.
didn't research.
Did you, but when you got there, did you quickly learn that things were different?
Yeah, right
Okay.
away. Even like I thought I was like, oh, I know Spanish, like it'll be good. They were still some differences in like the Spanish language where they wouldn't really understand what my Spanish was versus theirs, or they would kind of make fun of our Spanish. So it was just like yeah, so it's a little different. And
Got it. Thank you for sharing that. I love that. Yeah, definitely 100% different Spanishes, especially with like the eth and how they say those things is completely different. Wow.
yeah.
Yeah. Anyone else? What's a foreign country you've traveled to that you can share?
I think Fiji, for me was like, I'll be right with you. Was one that the culture was very different. They were very, very friendly. Like everywhere you went, people approached you as if they knew you. In the stores, like I saw like moms with babies come into the store, and the workers would literally go and grab their babies and carry them, like something that we don't see in the States. Like if you get near a baby in the States, you'll go to jail. Like I was just very blown away with how friendly and just the culture itself.
Let me use that example, Jessica. So when someone walked into the store, they grabbed the baby and they helped. If you did that in the United States, you walked up to someone, you grabbed someone's baby from them, yo behind is going to jail fast. And not only that, you're going to, in the state of California, they're going to register you as what's called a PC 290, Penal Code 290. That's called a sex offender. And yo booty is going to be screwed for a very long time for grabbing someone's baby in the store. Don't grab babies in America. But guess what? In Fiji, that's okay. So for people from Fiji, if they were to come over here and they did not research the laws, the rules, and the customs, they would be in jail. So the smart thing to do is before we travel to any outside country, Dubai, Fiji, whatever, you want to research the customs, some of the laws and some of the rules, because you're going into their world. You're walking into their territory. And now you must change who you are to be in rapport with them. Do you guys see where I'm going with this? Is anyone clicking yet? Like, oh, wow, I'm starting to see this. When you go to a listing appointment, when you go to a buyer consultation, when you're meeting a seller or a buyer for the first time, you are going into their world. Therefore, you must adapt who you are to that person. Unless your butt wants to go to jail, AKA you want to get fired, unless you want to get arrested or get registered as a sex offender, AKA you don't get the listing signed, the buyer signed. If you want those results, don't do what we're teaching you today. Don't research customs, don't learn the personality types, stay who you are. But if you want to get the listing signed and you want to have more buyers and you want to increase your sales, get really good at identifying personality types and then building rapport with them. You are walking into their world. Has everyone heard of the golden rule? Have you guys heard of the golden rule? Treat others how you want to be treated. Yeah. Have you guys ever heard of the platinum rule? Except for Cherish, can someone tell me what the platinum rule is?
Treat people like your kids? Nah, I'm just kidding.
That's my I personality right there. That's my I girl. I love that. Anyone else? What do you think the platinum rule is? If the golden rule is treat others how you want to be treated, what do you think the platinum rule is? Shoot your shot. You unmute your mic. Go ahead. Shoot it. Okay, here we go. The platinum rule is this. The golden rule states treat others how you want to be treated. The platinum rule says treat others how they want to be treated. Treat others how they want to be treated. See a lot of head shaking. Are we getting some ahas out of this? Or is this being helpful? You guys kind of like opening up your eyes a little bit more of the world of sales. In the world of sales, we treat others how they want to be treated. Now, let's get into the curriculum. This will be fast. How to build rapport. Here are your steps. That was a little bit about personality because I had to tee you up to get you ready for the rapport. Next week, or maybe in 2 weeks, we're going to start focusing on the different personality types, how to identify a D, an I, an S, a C, who they like and what they like. But right now, I'm going to give you this answer on how to build rapport with anyone. You guys ready? Yeah, we're ready. You guys awake? Alive? Yes? All right, here we go. How to build rapport. Step number uno. Before saying anything, you must make sure you adjust your face and your posture, your body language. Before you even say a word. So let's say you're walking into the house. They peek through the window. They see you walking into the home. You're on Zoom with them really fast. Adjust your face and your posture. Here's what I mean. In order to, and again, this is all in the context of sales. I'm trying to get you the contract signed. So step number one, adjust your face and posture. Your body language must be tall and confident. Here's exactly what you must do. Shoulders, instead of being rolled forward, must be rolled back. Look at my difference. Look at my difference. Look at my difference. All right. How most of us sit, shoulders rolled forward. Shoulders rolled forward like this. How most of us sit. You got a big shell in the back. Roll your shoulders backwards so they're in alignment with your trapezoid. Make sure they're in alignment. You got to feel your back pull slightly. This is what your posture must be. Not I think and I hope. This is science. Confidence. There. We want people to look at you quickly and be like, that's a confident person. They know what they're talking about. Not arrogant, confident. So number one, have your shoulders rolled back. Number two, your chin must be slightly elevated. Heads down, not acceptable. We're not shamed. Up here looks ridiculous. So chin needs to be slightly elevated. Shoulder must be rolled back. Your face must be relaxed. So no scrunching of the eyes like this when you're looking at someone. Eyes, your face must be very relaxed like this. The best way to get your face to relax is to take a deep breath. Hold it. Relax your jaw, your tongue. Blow out and then open your eyes. And I want you to smile with your eyes. So shoulders back, chin up, relax your face, smile with your eyes, and have a smize on your mouth. Not a Chuck E. Cheese smile like you're going to Disneyland. A smize, like very happy and pleasant. When you look at an attorney, when you look at a doctor, when you look at anyone of power, they look welcoming. They look welcoming, yet they look powerful. You'll never see a president behind the podium looking like they're going to Jack in the Box. And they just got a Happy Meal. You'll never see them do that with their, but you will see them like this, very confident, smiling with their eyes, very flirtatious almost, just smiling, confident. I'm giving you guys the playbook here. When you're standing, now women, I understand. I have this conversation all the time with women on my team. I get it, right? You have a different body part than men do. And sometimes when you roll your shoulders back, it makes it feel like you're pushing things outside. Respectfully speaking, get over it. Because you rolling your shoulders forward, and this is me respectfully saying this is not talking down or bad to anyone. This is just factual, black and white. When you do that, you look sloppy and gumpy. You don't look like a confident person that I should be following and listening to. I get it. Trust me, I get it. Roll those shoulders back, and your arch on your back, by the way, needs to look like, let me get the camera right. Okay, so we don't want to be slouched over like this. Dang it, let's try to get this fixed. We need it to be very shoulders back, chin up, and there should be a small little arch on the lower of your back. You kind of go forward. So you should be looking like this. Very confident, tall. Not the opposite. Ready? Here's the opposite. Arch is gone. Shoulders come forward. Chin is down. Not confident. Now watch the difference. Arch in my back. Shoulders are rolled. Chin is up. confident. And then I walk. You need to have that look of confidence on your body language. Remember, I did a training 4 weeks ago, and we talked about nonverbal communication. How many of you remember that training on nonverbal communication that we discussed? And we talked that 55% of a person's decision is weighted on nonverbal cues. Who remembers that? Drop it into the chat or nod your head so I can see it. If you don't remember it, just give me a no, so I can identify who doesn't know what I'm talking about. There's a lot of people not even moving at all. So, all right, so I get some yeses. I love it. Great. We talked about nonverbal communication in that training. What does your body say about a person? So when you're building rapport in the context of sales and trying to earn their business, chin up, shoulders back, arching your back, and you need to have a really relaxed face, happy. You need to look like you have everything under control, and that if they don't make this decision, they're the dummy making the mistake. Step number 2 in building rapport is the introduction. I need you to smile with your mouth and your eyes. We're going to practice that really quickly around the table. Let me hold on 1 second. Hold up. Am I doing on timing? Oh, equals to the monitor. I'm already a little behind schedule. Steph, can you get everything started for me? I'll be on there in a few minutes. I'll wrap everything up. My apologies, guys. That was my fault. I thought I had an hour and I actually have half an hour with you guys. So I need to make this really fast. Never mind all the practice round robin. Here's the answer. Smile with your mouth and your eyes. Number 2, okay, here we go. Step number 2, introduction. Smile with your mouth and your eyes. Give an immediate compliment. Approach the person with a smile on your face and your eyes. Maintain your smile while you're introducing yourself and while you're speaking. You must offer a genuine compliment. It looks like this. Ready? Looks like this. I walk up to you. All right, you see me from afar or whatever, relaxing, and I walk up. Then I have a genuine smile, and I extend my handshake. And I'm like, hi, Jessica, I'm Gabe. Nice to meet you. And then she's like, oh, hi, Gabe. I'm Jessica. Nice to meet you. I'm like, what? By the way, I'm sorry, off topic. What fragrance is that? Oh, that one? That's da, 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 da. I'm like, that smells amazing. I love that. I might have to get that for my wife. And then we start, she smiles, I smile, and it's all good. Very friendly. But listen to my tonality. My tonality didn't upswing. I wasn't up here and I wasn't talking like that. It was very in control. Hey, Jessica, what fragrance is that, by the way? Downswing. Oh, really? I have to get that for my wife. Okay, back on topic. Smile. Step number 2, smile with your eyes and your mouth and offer a genuine compliment. Number 3, step number 3 in building rapport, mirror and match the following categories: tonality, vocal tonality, body language, words, and their energy. Vocal tonality. If their vocal tonality is very fast, very high, guess what you got to do? Pick it up a little bit. If they're very slow and relaxed, guess what you got to do? Bring it down a little bit. Mirroring and matching their words. What do I mean? For those of you who are going out there showing a house right now, I want you to start doing this when you're out there showing property. This is mirroring and matching their words. If the client tells you, Jessica, Stephanie, I freaking love this house. It's so beautiful and it's big and it's gorgeous. Guess what you're not going to do? You're not going to go over there and say, Stephanie, wow, I like this house. It's really nice. It looks pretty. It's great. She didn't say pretty, nice, and great. She said beautiful, gorgeous. I love it. I'm going to say, dude, Jessica, I agree with you. Did you see how gorgeous the kitchen is? This house is beautiful. I love it. You are going to mirror and match the same exact words, because pretty to you might mean something else to the client. That client said gorgeous. Therefore, you match the words and you say gorgeous. If they say this is an enormous kitchen, you are not going to say it's a big kitchen. You are going to say it's an enormous kitchen. Did you see how enormous this is? You're going to mirror and match the same exact words. Again, we're trying to help you close more listings and close more buyers. Every single advantage that you can take on the appointments, take them. And this is one of them, because in their mind, people do business with people they know, like, and trust. Do I know you? Yeah, that's why I invited you into my house and I'm on Zoom with you. Do I trust you? Not quite yet. And do I like you? It doesn't mean do I like you as in, can we date or are we friends? It means like in similarity. Are we similar to one another? That's the word like, no like and trust. Am I similar to you? And in their mind, subconsciously, if you're speaking like them, talking like them, using the words that they use, they're going to go back like this and say, man, I like this person for some reason. I can't figure it out. I can't put my finger on it, but I like that person. It's because you are a highly trained sales professional and you know exactly what you're doing in those moments, and they don't know. Use and mirror match their words. Next, you must be present for the conversation. Step number 4, be present in the conversation. No phones, no phone, nothing. Solely everything about you must say that I'm here right now with you. So I want you guys to be practice. Step number 4, be present in the conversation. The reason this is a thing now is because with all the distractions that we have in this world, your attention is one of the most valuable things that you can give any person. How annoying is it when you're talking to your spouse? How annoying is it when you're talking to your friend? How annoying is it when you're trying to talk to someone and you're talking to them and they're doing this? Uh-huh. Oh yeah. Okay. Got it. Come on. For me, it's like nails on a chalkboard. I'm like, dude, I just want 15 minutes of your time. That's it. Number 4, be present in the conversation. Here are some tips for you to do that. Ask questions. Do not touch your phone and do not have your phone in your hand. If you are applying for the job to sell their home, if you are applying for the job to have them hire you to buy a home, put this away. Don't have it. And I'm not talking about having it on the table to the side and on mute. Absolutely not. You have this thing put away in your pocket, in your purse, and you don't bring it out for the appointment. And in my day, they're gonna be like, wow, I have this person's full attention. And guess what an untrained sales professional is going to do? They're gonna have their phone right out there and it's gonna be glowing and ringing and doing all that stuff. Not you, because you're a highly trained sales professional. Now, step number 4 on the same one, I want you to maintain eye contact as much as they maintain it. Be aware of their gestures with their hands and their body. So for example, if they're talking to you and this is how they speak to you, they're like this. So they're like, oh yeah, Cherish, by the way, so I want to sell this house because I do like the house a lot. And my family needs to upgrade and stuff like that. If you see them doing that, guess how you're going to respond? You are not going to respond like this. Oh yeah, I totally get it, Cherish. Absolutely. You want to get this home sold because of that? Wait, that's not mirroring and matching. You're in their world. You travel to Dubai, you travel to Fiji, you travel to Canada, you travel to a completely different country. So guess what you do? Oh no, I totally get that, Cherish. Yeah, I think we have to go ahead and maybe upgrade a little bit and then do that. However, if they're like this, Cherish, I want to get this house sold because I want to upgrade it. We need a larger home. I have to use this equity to buy the next one. I want a small loan. This is what you're doing. Absolutely. I totally understand it. You want a small loan. You want to upgrade. You want to do that. You will not do this to a person who looks at you like that. You won't do, oh yeah, I totally get that. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, great. That. Do you guys see how quickly that's breaking rapport? You need to be mirroring and matching all that. So number 4, be present in the conversation. Lock those eyes. Ask the questions. Put your phone away. Step number 5 in building rapport. Write this one down carefully. Share experiences and create shared experiences. Create shared experiences. Share experiences. So when you're talking to the person at the very end of all my listing appointments, at the very end of all my presentations, for sure at the very end, sometimes at the beginning, I will share an experience. Like, oh my gosh, I did this recently and I did that, whatever. And we're sharing experiences. We're talking about something we got afterwards. Especially in the Latin culture, we love to sit and talk and have conversations. That's sharing experiences, things that have happened. Can someone tell me what I mean by create shared experiences? Someone tell me what I mean. If sharing experiences is talking about each other's personal stuff and things that we've done and been through, what does creating a shared experience mean? Anyone jump in? Go ahead.
I would
take a guess.
say, I would think it's something, like if you both are moms, like kind of create something that you and that person's gonna connect with.
I love that. Bingo. Boom. 100% spot on. Awesome job, Jessica. Creating shared experiences, meaning you guys have like an inside joke or something that only pertains to you two. So for example, she's a mom and you're a mom and she's at the house at the listing appointment and you're like, maybe the baby bumped her head or maybe something like that or whatever it might be, like, dude, my baby bumps her head all the time, and you guys start laughing about it. And now that becomes your thing between you two. Then now the next time you go see them or you talk on the phone, be like, hey, did you get that baby helmet I was telling you about, by the way? Like, oh my gosh, girl, no, I haven't gotten it yet. Whatever. You just created your own little thing between you two. That's the fastest way to get that person to bond and to latch on with you, when you two have a thing. Create that shared experience. So when you're on your buyer presentation, listing presentation, look for something that you can use to where you're going to create that bond between both of you. So that when you go out, you guys are laughing about something, and maybe the husband's like, what are you guys talking about? You guys just barely met. Be like, oh, don't worry about it. Da, da, da. It's like your thing. Number 6, the art of building rapport. Add value. Here's what you need to do. Write this down. Add value when you're building rapport. Find a problem that they have and provide a solution. That's the fastest way you can do it. It can be an immediate solution or it can be a delayed solution. Listen to what they say and find a way to create a solution. For example, maybe their problem is not finding a particular flower for an event. Guess what you're going to do? You're going to add value to that relationship by leaving, having your assistant or you doing it. You're going to jump on there, look for that flower, and have it sent over to them. Let me tell you what I did last year on the listing presentation. After the listing presentation was finished, the family told me they were going to go to dinner. Oh no, this was 2 years ago. My wife did this. 2 years. Listen to this. Ready? My wife did this. Freaking genius. And you know why? Because we freaking study and we learn together. This is what she did without me even knowing. Y'all ready for this? It was a $700,000 duplex that we ended up double ending. We were at the listing presentation. I'm connecting with the husband. My wife is connecting with the wife, and they're talking, having a conversation. And she said, what are you guys gonna do afterwards? He's like, oh, we're gonna go to dinner afterwards. Oh, where are you guys gonna go to dinner afterwards? Oh, we're gonna go here. So guess what my beautiful, intelligent wife did? Once we left, without telling me anything, she called the restaurant that we're gonna go to. She took care of the entire bill. The entire bill. And I'm not saying that you have to do this, but listen to this. That $300 investment turned into a $42,000 commission. We double-ended that deal. I had a buyer for that listing. We had a note that said this. Baby, do you remember the note on the receipt, what it said? It was, do you remember it?
I think it was like wowing something had been forgotten about in this day and age that he in his
So it
work.
was something along the lines of like,
Mannerism
if
or-
we pay this much attention, before, something like that, imagine what we're gonna do when you hire us. It was something like that.
If we
and
wowed you that's far.
If we wowed you this much up to this point, imagine what we're gonna do when we saw your house. The waiter came out with the receipts, said your bill was taken care of with that note. I called him the next morning. I'm like, hey, did you get our gesture? It was much appreciated, Gabriel. You got the job. Add value as soon as you can. Find something that you can add value to the relationship. And number 7, to build rapport with someone. The easiest thing in school, ladies and gentlemen, when you start at any school, when you start in class, everyone has an A. The hardest thing to do in school is to maintain that A throughout the semester. In rapport building, you must maintain that A the entire time. So step number 7 in building rapport is remain in genuine contact. Invest time, money, and effort into building that relationship. You must be the builder. Do what it takes to keep that relationship. Okay. I'm well over time, and I apologize, Stephanie, for that. And for the rest of the team, thank you guys for being patient on the call. I'm going to go ahead and, Alondra, create memorable moments. Absolutely. Add value to the relationship. With that said, let's get 3 people to share their aha moments and their breakthroughs from today's conversation. Go ahead, unmute yourself. Biggest aha, biggest takeaway moment. Who wants to share first?
I'll share. My biggest takeaway was the last part where you mentioned, not necessarily always having to invest money in that, but the gesture that you and Cherish had, like, locked in your deal, right? Like, I had a similar situation with a client. So we do construction, and we also did that, and it actually worked, and we were able to lock in a contract. So just being creative with things like that. But our issue was like, we got a pizza, and then we took out one slice, and we told them we got to deliver to them, and we let them know we're the missing piece to your project, and they were so wowed, with the detail of it. So that actually works, and just get creative with it.
I love that. Thank you for sharing that, Carolina. Wow. Babe, write that one down. We're going to send a pizza to someone. Who's next? Who wants to share? Who else wants to share?
I think
I
in
like the, oh, sorry.
go right ahead, girl.
Oh, I like the matching the tonality, your voice and the words you say, because as a new agent, you think, oh, you have to be super outgoing and like happy all the time and just be loud and just so someone could like you. But in reality, like I think you're right, matching someone's personality, if they're quiet, if they're more reserved, like being similar to them is better than scaring them away with trying to be loud and trying to be outgoing. So I really like that. That's a great value that I took from this.
Awesome, Ashley, good work. Thank you for sharing that. Alondra?
Honestly, that was along the lines of what I wanted to say. Just kind of incorporating and taking the time to really feel out the personality types and how they work, and how you made that example of, you know, going to a different country, like you're just like stepping into their world.
Love that. Yeah, that was one of my biggest takeaways as well. Well, I'm glad. Thank you guys for tuning into today's training. Smile, everyone get ready for camera. Let's do this together. And I want to encourage you guys, take a screenshot, get your phones out. Let's all take a picture of each other and share it onto social. Everyone grab your phones out. Let's take a photo together. Let's take a photo of each other. Here we go. I'm going to take mine. Just start smiling, take your screenshots or whatever, and then post it and let's tag each other. Look it. We're blessed that we get to work in an amazing company that's all virtual and stuff like that. But at the same time, we get to work twice as hard to building this relationship. So let's make sure that we're tagging each other, commenting on each other's stuff. Let's show support. And with that said, you guys have a healthy, happy, productive day. Thank you for your time today. And if you guys need anything, reach out to me. God bless. See you guys later.
Bye. Thank you.